You'll notice I've got the hook over this side because this is a meaty fly, to say the least, and it's the booby coming back end for me. It's probably one of the best big fish flies ever. So you can start off with a white. I like Cahill. I tie a lot with Cahill. Tying thread. And all I'm going to do is come in and bed a tying thread. I should say this is a very, very strong hook. This is a B175, size 8. I'm no mucking about here, big fish I'm after. And I get a good bed of tying thread on this one. Coming back up, stopping just, if you were tying a nymph, just where the thorax would be. So, the key to this humungus, a good humungus, is really limp, like hair, silver wire. And if I take 3 or 4 strands, just try to separate this here, like that, and I just double it over, and that's got to be my tail. So just double them over there. So you've got about 10, 12 strands onto the hook shank. And I want this tail to be long. I'm probably just out of the camera there, but you can see it's a very, very, very long tail. Now, because I'm after big fish, for some reason, a bit of UV, if you can see that. This is a polar UV. If I hide that light a little bit, you can see lovely purple hues. I do want a lot of this. 2 or 3 strands. That's it. Again, catch it in and double it over. So I've got that on top of the silver. I do want overkill. And if it's too long, just snip it off there. You can see there's not a lot of tail in that, but there's enough to catch the light. I've then got a pure white marabou. Long pure white marabou. Look how long that is on my finger. You see that? Tip of my finger nearly to the knuckle. I'm going to take a good 2 inches of that and roll it in my thumb and forefinger. Again, leave myself some space at the front. Get that, that's a tail. Tidy the body up with some thread wraps. Really long tail in this. I'll get the tail the same length as the flash. As you can see, it's a very long tail in that. So we now come in with some ribbon material. This is a fine silver wire. I'm going to catch that in. You could use any wire really, you're not really seeing it, the amount of bulk that's on this fly. And then we come in with this stuff which is key to the pattern. And this is the original Humi chenille, really quite small. People think it's thick, it's actually 3mm, if that. You do want a big thick bulk under the body, your hackle's got to do that for you. So we just come in, winding up the body and touching turns, and give myself a little bit of space at the head. I did have a pair of scissors. What on earth did I do with them? There you go. 1 minute your time flies, next minute you've lost your scissors. In and snip that. I've then got, found my scissors, a really long saddle. And this is a grade 2 saddle. Grizzle hackle. To give the sound effects. And I want something big enough and long enough to suit a fly of this size. So there you go. There's my hackle. And you can see it's wide. I'm going to catch that in. Trim off this tag end. I didn't need hackle pliers for this thing. So 2 turns at the front, 1, 2, and then come down the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab your silver wire and then lock everything in place. As you can see, it's a big hackle, but it's a really soft webby hackle. The original's Cree. On this fly, I prefer grizzle. Prefer grizzle full stop actually. And just helicopter that off there. Pull everything back. And then better snipping him. Snip the grizzly away at the tail. You can see, you can fish that like that. It's a really, really good fly. But to make it really work, we get this stuff. Now, when I'm fishing these, I want a lot of commotion. This is the biggest size booby eyes you can get. 9mm. Big eyes. I'm just going to run that on my thread. I'm going to wind this up. Get myself some happy. And then figure 8 wraps. You'll see what I mean by big booby eyes. This is the ultimate in white Humungus Boobies. So you can see the size of the eyes on that. And I want that because whether I fish it up on a sort of slow sink line or I fish it deep on a fast sink line, I want something that's got to cause a commotion. So I just come in and whip finish in behind the eyes there. And that's him. That's my big, giant, Humungus Booby. Really, really big fly. Really big. And it's perfect for fry feeders. It's not a hard tie either. If you want, stick a bit of black varnish in that, create eyes. You didn't need it. It's all about that bulk with the huge eyes in it. That's my UV and Humungus Booby. And that's a fly that I fish for big fish on the reservoirs. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Take care and bye-bye.